Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be hitting physical and virtual shelves on November 10th, 2020. While the past two titles, Origins and Odyssey, have been met with mixed reviews from earlier Assassin's Creed fans, it really looks like Ubisoft is taking great strides to please both older fans and fans of the new installments. Hey guys, I'm Obi.
And I'm Sobi. With so much excitement around Ubisoft's rendition of Assassin's Creed in the Viking world, we wanted to give you 5 interesting changes coming to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But before we dive headfirst into a rather questionable haystack, we wanted to ask you to consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell to be the first to see our weekly content. Also, for those who have yet to do so, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links are always down in the description. We also wanted to invite you to join us on our recently launched Twitch channel. Here you will be able to interact with us live while we play various titles, including Assassin's Creed Valhalla, once it drops. Just like the title states, we are doing a free giveaway on a copy of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. So if you want to enter to win, be sure to stick around to the end of the video to find out how. With that out of the way,
let's jump into it. Starting off at number 5, the new power level system. While the past two titles were a blast to play, at times they can definitely fall on the grindy side of things. While we are not too sure how Valhalla will feel once it drops, we do know that the game will have a bigger focus on exploration. No longer will you be gaining experience points from killing various and sometimes large quantities of enemies. Skill points will be rewarded via exploration and clearing out various tasks that mark your map. These include checking off puzzles, exploring crypts, and completing various side quests. The new power level system will be a total level based on the number of skills you have invested into the 3 skill trees, Raven, Wolf, and Bear. The devs designed this to give a player a sense of power through skill rather than sheer playtime. To quote the devs, power over levels.
slashing our way into number 4, changes to weapons and armor. Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey can be quite the loot fest, with hundreds of weapons and armor combinations, and while it was intriguing to pick up a new weapon, it often felt generic. To be honest, we really only wanted those legendary weapons that offered us special perks, or the armor that would again give us perks for wearing a complete set. It looks like Ubisoft has really trimmed things down within the Viking world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. No longer will you be breaking down dozens of weapons and armor pieces just after an hour of gameplay. This time around, each weapon and piece of armor you pick up will be 100% unique. All weapons and armor will feel more like the legendaries of the past two titles. At least they will once you beef them up. By using various collectibles scattered around the world, you will be able to level up your preferred weapons and armor similar to the past two titles, but with a greater overall effect. We don't know if you'll be able to equip everything from the get-go or if you'll have to have a certain power level, but it won't be long before we find out. Before moving on to number 3, let's finish this off with a quote from the devs. Every piece of gear in the game is unique and can be upgraded extensively, so that when you find a piece of gear, you're excited and you celebrate it, and that can stay with you for quite a long time. It can be viable for quite a long time. So it's quite a different approach than the previous games took.
Pushing our way into number 3, many old Assassin's Creed features will return to Valhalla. Even though the past two titles were groundbreaking, when thinking about the 9 titles that came before, like we mentioned earlier, they did come with some mixed reviews from the older fans. That being said, some of the older features from the earlier installments will be returning, such as the social stealth mechanic. Social stealth will once again allow you to blend in with the crowd, helping to break the line of sight from those pesky guards. Some older puzzles and mini games will also be returning, such as having to chase down those flying pieces of paper. Also, legendary animals should be making an appearance similar to those in Odyssey. While we don't have a whole lot of info on the older editions, we hope more will be announced soon. Also, the older style of eagle vision will also be making a return. Which brings us to number 2, Odens Sight. While our faithful companions Sinu and Icarus were extremely helpful allowing us to tag enemies, it could be a little annoying having to stop and take a few minutes every time you wanted to enter a guarded compound. Again, while it could be very helpful, it could quickly become tedious. The original version of Eagle Vision, now known as Odens Sight, will be returning us to the days of old. Sending out a pulse, you will now see the aura of other enemies and NPCs as long as they are within a certain proximity of Avior. While we are excited for this feature to return, we are curious as to how this will slow down progression when lurking our way through enemy encampments while trying to remain undetected.
And finally at number 1, the new camp and town system. If you've ever played Red Dead 2, then you will be familiar with the camp system the game has to offer. It looks like Assassin's Creed Valhalla will be adopting this idea, but will be very different from what the Rockstar title Red Dead 2 provided. However, unlike Red Dead, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla you will not simply be a member of the camp, but rather the main protagonist. Avior is the camp's leader. Because of this change, there will be plenty for you to do in your camp, like upgrading buildings, seeking out new members, getting tattoos, upgrading your gear, participating in dice games, and of course, flying lighting, or Viking rap battles. Some buildings you can expect to build and upgrade are blacksmiths, barracks, and tattoo parlors. We are not sure if this settlement will be nomadic in nature, and if any of you that are watching do know, please tell us down in the comments. That being said, being able to build and upgrade buildings, it sounds unlikely that our camp would travel at all. However, we do know that the allegiances and decisions will play a major role in the development of your settlement. The devs have also stated that the game will give many reasons for you to return to your settlement, so expect this to happen very frequently. Even though Assassin's Creed has dabbled in something similar in Assassin's Creed 2 and 3 with Ezio's Villa and the Homestead, it looks like Valhalla's will be on a much grander scale. Assassin's Creed Valhalla looks like an ambitious title for the series as a whole. While we're excited to get our hands on it, we just hope that it lives up to our expectations. Mixing old with new looks like Ubisoft is geared and headed in the right direction. Now we want to know, what are your thoughts on the changes coming to Valhalla? Is there anything you really wanted added to the game? Let us know down in the comments below. Well, there you have it guys, 5 changes coming to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit the like button as it helps us grow and reach a broader audience, and we really do appreciate it.
Please follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and now Twitch. And finally, for the free Assassin's Creed Valhalla giveaway, if you're looking to enter, the rules are simple. Subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell, and leave us this specific comment, Assassin's Creed Valhalla hype. We will be announcing the winner in a future video, so stay tuned. Until next time, this is Obi.
This is Obi,
signing out.
See you guys next time.